What's going on, all my Poke Peeps? It's your boy Poke Pete, and today we are back with another weekly recap. This one is going to be a little bit more special though, and a little bit more fun because this weekend was actually Pokemon Regionals here in Charlotte, North Carolina. So guys, if you don't know, Pokemon, very, very popular game. They do regional tournaments for it, for the card game, for the Pokemon Go, for Pokemon Unite, for Pokemon VGC, for anything you can think of Pokemon related. They do regionals, they do tournaments, they host worlds, and this weekend was Pokemon Regionals here in Charlotte. I'm here in Charlotte. I'm a huge Pokemon Go player. For those of you who don't know, Team Instinct, we the best, like, let's go. So I decided, hey, you know what, like, why not? I'm going to play Pokemon Go. And I'm really, really happy that I did. I had an absolutely amazing time. I took a little bit of footage and I tried to do like a vlog style thing and do like a whole video of the regionals, but it was kind of hard to do that in there. I mean, it was really, really, really loud. The cell signal was really, really, really bad. I wasn't able to actually screen record any of my battles because we have to use like the tournament provided phones. So like I had planned on, you know, sharing with you guys like my experience at regionals, all the battles that I had. Great time, making some new friends and stuff. But instead, we're just going to kind of recap and talk about it. I got my player sheet. So I'm going to show you guys what I ran. You know, we'll talk about that. And it was a really fun experience, though, overall. We didn't win, which big sad. We came in third in our block, though. So the way that it worked is everybody was split up. We had 131 participants, I believe. I believe there was 131 participants in the Charlotte Regional for Pokemon Go this year. And of those 131 participants, everybody was split up into 8 different blocks. So I think it was, what is that? 100 I should know this. I should be able to math. It's like 15 people a block, give or take, roughly. Maybe? Is that right? As I struggle to do math, somebody let me know in the comments below how many people that is per block. But basically, each block, the top 2 people from each block were going to make it to the finals and go into day 2 and earn themselves some regionals points and play for a position in Worlds. I ended up coming in third in my block. I lost the very first game I played. So the very first game I played was against a very popular battler. Most of you that know Pokemon Go probably know the name, House Stark. His name is Alex. He's a super, super great guy. And me and him got into a sweaty match round 1. I was at the bottom of the food chain since I've never done a regional before. And the way that they do the seeding is based off of regional points. So I was seated very, very, very much so at the bottom of my block. And House Stark is one of the better battlers, one of the bigger names in the community. He was seated towards the top. So it was an uphill battle from the start. We lost to him 1-2. We beat him once, but we lost to him 1-2. Then in the losers bracket, since it's a double elimination, we went on a absolute run. We went on a 5-game winning streak run, and we ended up losing in losers bracket round 6 to another very, very good battler who most of you guys probably know, Valor Ash. So, you know, our only 2 losses came to really, really good, really, really respected battlers. Again, we came in third in our block. I was super, super happy about that. But this is the team that I was using. It's kind of different. They give you guys a whole like player sheet, so everybody knows everybody's Pokemon and moves. We were running a Whiscash that knows Mudshot, Mud Bomb, Scald, a Lantern with Spark, Surf, Thunderbolt, my big old Bastiodon, my best buddy Shiny Rank 3 Bastiodon with Smackdown, Stone Edge, and Flamethrower. Then we had our Medicham, of course, with Counter, Power Up Punch, and Ice Punch. We had our Skarmory with Steel Wing, Sky Attack, Brave Bird. And we had our Shadow Dragonair, probably the MVP of my team, with Dragon Breath, Body Slam, and Aqua Tail. And it was just a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing this. I definitely think I'll do it again. You know, after that first loss, I was like, okay, I got it out of my system. I can go now. Went on a really good run. I had a whole team of people supporting me, which was really, really awesome. I made a couple new friends. There was another guy named Pete. I was wearing my Poke Pete jersey, and he was like, hey, where do I get a Poke Pete jersey? I'm Pete too. It's like, it was just fun meeting people like that and having that support system. After a couple people that I met there, it was also their first regional. They lost right away. They went 0-2, just knocked out, and they all kind of started rallying behind me and started supporting me. I think a lot of people liked seeing a low-seeded guy make it as far as I did. And of course, I had my local friends, my good friend Valeria, another good friend Daniel, good friend Donnie. They all showed up to support me, and they were in my corner the whole time. I'm fairly confident that this is very, very frowned upon, but I had like a whole cheering squad. I had all the hype behind me. I wish AJ could have got some footage of that. He got there a little late, but I wish he could have got some footage of this. I swear to you guys, I had like a whole pit crew behind me. They were cheering, they were dancing, they were like dabbing me up. They were like so supportive. They were like watching me win. They were so hyped for me. And I was the only person there. I swear to hand to God, I was the only person there that had like a hype crew like that. I definitely think it's frowned upon. But it was awesome. And I loved having all of them out there. So guys, if you were out there, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. I think I liked seeing your guys' reaction more than I liked winning myself. So that was pretty cool. And then on top of actually playing in Pogo and making some new friends, meeting some new people, you know, there was also the card game was going on. It was really fun to see that. I know a lot of the people from my local game store went. I don't think anybody did very, very good, but they went and they had a good time, and that's all that matters. And of course, you know, there's a lot of vendors there. And of course, you know, we had to pick up every single Sandaconda that they made. So we ended up getting like 20-something Sandacondas this weekend. I bought out 3 vendors that had all their Sandacondas. And then my friend AJ, Grim Horizon TV, he went to a local card show instead that I was not able to attend. And he picked me up another 7 Sandacondas and just kind of bought the place out because everybody knows that I'm looking for Sandacondas. So that was super hype. I'm happy that we grabbed all those. And in addition to that, we had a trade night, a post-regional trade night. And that's what we're here to do. Part of our weekly recap. You guys know I like to run down what I grab. And so this is all the stuff that I grabbed this weekend at the post-regional trade night that was hosted by Rally Squirrel here in Mint Hill, North Carolina. Starting off strong. We got a Sylveon V alt art. So this is a deal that a couple of my friends actually like run a lot of the deals for me. I kind of just show up and chill and, you know, have a good time. We'll just say that. So my friends Donnie and Kevin are typically running my booth. So they picked up this beautiful Sylveon V for me in a trade. Always happy to take alt arts. We snagged this Sneasel EX from Ruby and Sapphire. Super minty, super, super beautiful card. Great holo pattern. It's not a card you see every day. So we grabbed this in a trade with our friend Cooper. We also got this super minty Fortress from Skyridge. This is a super crazy card, and you don't really see it in this kind of condition very often. Like, this is a minty, minty card. Definitely very happy to get this. There's a couple of light scratches on the holo, but other than that, it's just a beautiful card. We grabbed a banned Sabrina's Gengar. These are always cool. I mean, you don't see banned cards every day, probably because they're banned. And then we had an opportunity to buy out a black and white secret rare collection. One of our friends in the hobby was selling his black and white secret rare collection to try to fund something else that he wants to do. I think he's getting into some sealed booster boxes, I'm pretty sure. But we had an opportunity to buy it out, and, you know, I was like, sure, why not? We'll take a look. So most of these are lightly played to near mint. So we got the Garchomp from black and white. We got the Empoleon. We got the Rayquaza. This is a beautiful card. This one's pretty minty. So probably grade a PSA 8, I would guess. So super nice card. Glad to pick that one up. We got the Altaria running down Rainbow Road. We got the Terrakion doing his thing. A little Execute, because why not? This was a staple in the TCG when it was out, by the way. We got the Virizion. We got Emboar. There he is. This guy's a little bit more beat up, but he's got a nice texture coming out of him. I love the black and white secret rares, how they have like the texture on the half art, and then the flame has the texture. Like, they're very, very cool. Unique cards. You don't really see these every day. You don't really see these talked about that much either. As we get the Crocodile, you know, might try to show off these textures a little bit better here. I showed Emboar and I showed Crocodile. We're gonna run through these again and just kind of show you guys some of this texturing. Well, we don't need these again. You guys have seen those. Those don't have texture. All right. But these are super cool cards. They really don't get talked about that much. They don't get showcased that often. People don't. I mean, like, it's just not the most loved era of the TCG. But they're really, really cool. So something else that you'll notice, unique to black and white right here. This extremely rare Pokemon is a different color than usual. It is very hard to find. Every single one of the black and white secret rares will say that on there, so that's kind of a cool thing. Like, it's basically just straight telling you, hey, these are all shiny. They're very hard to find. They're very, very hard cards to pull as well. I believe, I'm not 100% sure, so don't like roast me in the comment section, but I'm pretty sure the pull rates on these is actually like 1 in every 8 booster boxes. So basically, you could buy a case of black and white era product and not get a secret rare, which to me is absolutely crazy. I mean, like, I guess it kind of justifies why these cards are kind of expensive. Outside of the fact that they're just gorgeous cards. I mean, like, they have actual gold textured bordering for some of them. Pulling out the Altaria because the Rayquaza here just missed. The Rayquaza, I believe, was the set before they actually started doing like this gold bordering, and so it just had the regular border. But still a super cool card, super minty. So there's the Rainbow Road. You can kind of see like the texture effects coming out there. These are really, really cool cards that just honestly don't get shown off enough. Don't get their day. They don't get enough love. We got the dragon typing, the little dragon symbol down there. This is a beautiful card. Empoleon. This is probably the most popular Empoleon card. It's a beautiful card. Peter the Penguin with his Empoleon friend. I love it. Got the Garchomp, but it's got a sick texture pattern as well. It's hard to get these textures showing in the right light, but they are really, really cool cards, guys. We got the Chandelure. This one kind of looks like he's like at the bottom of the well. You can kind of see the light emanating from him. The texture is just like these little bubbles of light coming out of the well. Super, super cool cards. All of them are very, very cool. Golurk. And, you know, I like this era, too, because they didn't necessarily choose the most popular Pokemon. They just went with a whole bunch of different Pokemon. So, like, we get a Golurk card. You guys kind of see right there. There's, like, the racing tracks and almost, like, the racing flag type texture. But we get, like, Golurk. We get, like, Chandelure. We get Pokemon like Execute, Dusknoir over here. Another beautiful card with a nice texturing pattern. I mean, these are absolutely amazing. One of my good friends actually has all of these as a PSA 10 in Japanese. And guys, one day I'll have to borrow them from him because the texturing on the Japanese ones is even sicker. The cards look absolutely amazing. We get the Garbodor. I mean, it's not every day you get to see trash as a secret rare. So that's like my take on these. That's what I really like. The little warp light tunnel here for the Superior. That's a cool one. I like that they're like kind of different. So like the only ones I think we didn't pick up, there's a Gardevoir, there is a Blastoise, and there is a Charizard. Most of you guys probably know what the Charizard looks like. I believe those were the only ones we didn't pick up. Pretty sure we got the rest one way or another. Got the Rocky Helmet here. I like that they did items too, so I glossed over this one. This is actually the first and only ever shiny item card made by Pokemon. So the normal Pokemon catcher, I believe, is blue and red, but then for the secret rare, they turned it gold. So that's kind of like another cool little thing. Like, they never did a shiny item before until we have this. It's the only one to this day. Yeah, it's cool little things. Archeops, Archeops is one of my favorite Pokemon. I love the fossil Pokemon, I really do. And Archeops has always been one that I really liked. So it's like super cool to get a card that's actually like hard to pull, actually rare. Like, it's a good Archeops card. We got a Sigilift. Now, we already had one of these in our trade binder, but now we have another. I'm not mad at it. Black and white cards definitely take a niche person to want to collect them. I would say not a lot of people love this era, so I'm probably going to be sitting on these for a while, but I'm totally okay with that because I will appreciate the heck out of them while they're still in my binder. I might even just keep that Archeops for myself, if I'm being honest. We got one of the first gold cards ever made. We got the Zekrom Gold Full Art. They made a Zekrom and a Reshiram like this, and these cards are absolutely stunning. Love those. We got the Meowth. That's right. We got the secret rare Meowth with his little payday. This is a super cool one too. Meowth. There's also a Pikachu. We're going to get to that. But I love that they put like the little payday coin on there. I think that just like makes this a super cool card. In the spirit of black and white, we'll finish up those because we got 3 slabs as well. So we got the Zoroark shiny slab here. This one is cool too because you guys can see it's an 8.5. You see the error border graphic What that means is right here, you guys can see it's a stage 1 Pokemon. Let's grab another stage 1 Pokemon real quick so I can show you the difference. Perfect. So here is like the difference in what the error is. On stage 1 Pokemon, there's only supposed to be like 2 little slashy marks. And then on stage 2 Pokemon, there's supposed to be 3 slashy marks. But this stage 1 Zoroark has 3 slashy marks. And this was an error that was corrected. So there are actually both versions of this Zoroark that exist. There is the stage error and the non-stage error Zoroark. And we got the error one, which I think is pretty cool. That's kind of the reason that I left it in the slab. It's worth about the same in the slab as it is out of the slab. But since the slab says error on it, we decided to leave it in instead of cracking it. Beautiful card, though. Love picking that one up. Here's that Pikachu we were talking about. He's got like the little Thunderbolt going on. He's got his little holographic action. Super cool card. This is from Black and White base set, so it's like right away. Black and White was like, yeah, we'll do secret rares. Here we go. We got a Pikachu for you. And this is a good Pikachu. He's got nice mountains in the background. He's chilling in the field. He's probably going to go pick a berry. Pretty cool card. I mean, I'm not a Pikachu simp. I don't love Pikachu by any means, but this is a cooler card. And then last but not least, from the Black and Whites that we picked up, we got this PSA 9 Max Potion, which is kind of cool. I couldn't bring myself to crack a 9, so this one's just staying in the PSA slab for now. But super, super cool. I like that they did items as secret rares like this and like made some cool like gold cards and stuff. They all have super, super dope patterns. So all of these are going to be available for me. If you guys are local, you guys thinking about starting some Black and White stuff, come find me. If you guys just want to see these cards in person to really appreciate these textures, I definitely recommend it because they are really, really cool cards to look at in person. And they definitely don't get nearly enough love. They don't get nearly enough hype. They're hard to pull cards. They're hard to grade cards. And they are truly special. Like they're great artwork. So picked up that. And the last two things that we picked up, this was also in that trade with my buddy Cooper. So we traded with my buddy Cooper. He wanted some vintage packs. And I had a couple vintage packs. We ended up being like really close on price on one of them. So we worked out a good deal. And basically, I traded him a first edition Gym Heroes Misty artwork pack, a PSA 10 Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX, and some random junk slab. I don't remember what the junk slab was, but it was just a junk slab that he buys at bulk rates, and I just had it. I'd probably get paid bulk rates for it. So we traded those three for the Super Minty Fortress. I mean, this card is absolutely stunning. And those of you who know, I mean, most of you guys probably know Skyridge, super short print. So any card out of Skyridge is super expensive. And finding a minty copy like this doesn't happen every day. So super expensive card right there. We got the Sneasel EX. This is just kind of a... This was like the little one that just kind of got thrown in there to make the deal happen. It's not a very expensive card, but I liked it. It was different. Coop was cool valuing it where we needed to value it at, and we got the deal done. We picked up this PSA 10 Cynthia's Ambition full art from Brilliant Stars. It's a pretty cool card. It's a waifu. I figured, you know what? Somebody will definitely want to grab this off me. If they don't, it's going to age well because it's a waifu. So I said, sure, we'll definitely take that. Why not? And then he had this one, which is kind of cool. We picked up a PSA 10 Lost Thunder Lugia GX full art. And, you know, I like Lugia. Lugia is one of my favorite Pokemon. That's like, out of all the super, super mainstream Pokemon, I would say Lugia is probably my favorite of like the big fan favorites. So whenever I see something cool that's like Lugia, I pick it up. You guys know, you guys saw I have a First Ed Lugia. I have an Unseen Forces Lugia. I have Japanese Neo Lugia. I like picking up Lugia stuff. So, you know what? He had this one in a Gem Mint 10. I was like, let's do that. That'll be like the main attraction for me. So we got the Lugia, we got the Fortress. Those two are like the big main tickets for me. And then the Cynthia's Ambition and the Rocket Sneasel here. Those are just kind of like the kickers. Got the deal done. Got us to where we needed to be. I think we're both pretty happy with it. I think he already had a buyer lined up for the vintage pack. So I think we're both pretty happy with where the deal ended up. I know I am anyway. I hope Coop is. But yeah, so we got this Lugia. Why not? I like Lugia. One of these days we're gonna just do like a Lugia showcase where it's just like all things Lugia start getting shown off, because I really do like it as a Pokemon. But yeah, guys, that's the weekly recap. That's what we got. Pokemon Regionals was a lot of fun. If you guys want to see more content with the Regionals, I know there was a lot of people there. One of my good buddies, AJ, Grim Horizon TV on YouTube, I know he's making a whole big recap video. He's showing off all the vendors. He's showing off all of the actual players and stuff. He actually did an interview with me where I talk about Go for like 3 minutes. So like that was fun. And then another guy local to Charlotte, you guys might know him already, you might not, Orion Cyrus. Go ahead and give him a watch. I think he did 2 vlogs of the entire thing. He was like showing off the streaming. He was showing off all the cards. So there's plenty of content of the actual regional itself. If you guys want to go check that out, go hit up both of their YouTube pages. Let me know in the comments below if you guys like Black and White Secret Rares and what your favorite card that we picked up this week was. And we will check you guys in the next one. You know? Yeah.